try to bring in and to underline the link between everything in existence in the programs that we work on, because everything is linked. Everything in creation is part of a whole. Everything is living. God created everything. Everything has a life. If trees go, how are we going to breathe? I mean, we really need to see that there's a much bigger picture out there.
With all the programs of the Foundation, our approach is always using a holistic view. We try and incorporate where possible the environment, the human and nature around us. That is what we work on, always bringing in the sustainability element. Otherwise, there's no point in starting. One of the main programs of the Foundation is in education. Our approach to the educational programs is to create a sustainable learning environment for children and teachers alike. The need for this arose when we realized that a lot of the schools, as in schools all over the world, it's a very dynamic field, and so they need to be able to keep up with the times, to have the resources needed in order to have high quality education. Where we're concerned, our main program involves outfitting the schools with solar panels, making the learning environment much better. There's been an immediate positive effect in the learning environment. Again, one of the most difficult things is having a classroom which does not necessarily have good ventilation, is in an area of the country which is either very, very hot during the summer months or very cold during the winter months. And the children are now in an environment where it is cool in the summer and warm in the winter. The ventilation of the actual classroom is much healthier. The teacher is able to perform a lot better. The focus of the children is also incredibly enhanced. So that has been a very successful program. To date, we have completed 24 schools. They are 100% up and operational. And we hope by the middle of 2016, a total of 50 schools will be complete. And our aim is to have all schools across the country adopting this system.
Of course, our main focus is Jordan because that's where we're based and where it's easiest for us to hopefully make a difference in a small period of time and where we're most familiar. However, it is extremely important on working on trying to do what you can wherever there is a need. We've had the honour to assist on several international projects also, including disaster relief and humane and other education and other programs. And it's very important, I think, for everyone in the world to work together. If we would all reach out and work with each other, I think there would be less need for anyone to basically have these societies. We all need to work together, and it's not about us or this group, being in the limelight. It's about actually achieving, and I think that's, the Arabic saying is that one hand can't clap, and I think that basically sums up our attitude.
We have a wonderful program called Growing Together. This is an equine therapy program for children with special needs, which was started in 2010. We chose a group of autistic children to be the first group on the program. We're very lucky that we are associated with the Royal Stables and the very generous donation of Her Royal Highness Princess Alia of many of the retired and rescued horses that live at the Royal Stables. They're the horses that were selected to be on the Growing Together program. Basically, the concept of the program is it's child-led, and the children are given the opportunity to come and work with horses in a very natural environment. But it is based on the communication that happens between horse and child. And we started off with a group of 36 children in 2010, and we're very, very pleased and very fortunate that the numbers have grown to approximately 1,500 students, and from all different types of needs. We have children who are in orphanages, children with behavioral difficulties, children with cerebral palsy. We have a number of our children who came to us completely non-verbal. They started speaking within 6 months of being on the program. A lot of them have gone back into mainstream school. A number of the children who had never been able to express their wants and needs, their likes, their dislikes, have found a voice. They found the ability to be able to communicate with their carers, with their parents, with everybody around them. Not only has it changed the lives of the children actually participating in the program, but it's changed the lives of the family and their small community as a whole. This program is offered free of charge to all children and all people in need, regardless of their financial background. That is not the important thing. It is just giving that opportunity for people in need to come and heal in an environment which combines the animal, the human, and nature all together. And that's the key of the success of the program, the simplicity of it, the ease in which the children take to the horses, the beauty of the horses and how they react to the children. And we are truly, truly blessed to be able to provide this opportunity to all people in need. And we hope to be able to expand the program, including more horses, more members of staff, and so that we can serve a much larger community. We're also aiming to incorporate parental support groups, as well as training for the carers, the parents, and anybody who is involved with dealing with these children with need.
A key element of working in any direction is to actually know what's going on and what it is you're working on. If you read about it, however touched you are, it's not the same as seeing it, even if it's just on video. But when you actually go somewhere, you know what you're talking about. And I think you also feel a much stronger responsibility because it's touched you in a different way. And you feel that if this carries on and I haven't at least tried to do something about it, I will be culpable. But I have experience from, personally that several things, you can hear about various aspects of a problem, but when you go there, everything about you is picking up and sensing the other things which may not have been mentioned. And so you have a much better and wider idea of the problem, of the scope of the problem, and possibly how to address it. And when discussing it with others, you can talk from first-hand experience, because you get a lot of people saying don't believe what you hear, even sometimes don't believe what you see. And officials trying to question, your information, and when they actually realize that you do know what you're talking about and have experienced it, it's quite different. And when you're working with other beings, living beings, whether it's human beings or living creatures, when you look in the eyes and you see what they're going through, then you are responsible to try and do something about it.
One of our signature programs under the Princess Alia Foundation is Al-Ma'wa for Nature and Wildlife. This is done in partnership with an international organization. Al-Ma'wa for Nature and Wildlife was started in 2010 after the need for creating a permanent and sustainable solution for rescued wildlife through the illegal trade or private ownership, which is, again, not legal. And the government requested that the Princess Alia Foundation come in with the other partners and provide a solution. This was done through creating a rehabilitation and rescue center, which was named New Hope at the time. It became very quickly obvious that this would not be able to cater to the sheer numbers of animals that come through. Therefore, it was decided in 2011 that it would be expanded and we would create Al-Ma'wa. Al-Ma'wa is located in Souf, which is closer to Jarash, about 40 minutes from the capital. And it is a nature and wildlife reserve. The animals will be held in large species-specific enclosures. and it will be open to the public to come and visit. It will provide also opportunity for the local communities in the area to come in and be a part of Al-Ma'wa through small projects, through the sale of local items, which will be enhanced again through working with the Princess Alia Foundation. Apart from the animal aspect, which is very, very important because these animals will be given a sustainable and lifetime solution. Al-Ma'wa will provide a new tourist venue for the north of the country, which we do have tourism in the north. However, there isn't a venue where people can actually go and stay overnight necessarily. So Al-Ma'wa will provide a link between other environmental areas in the region, and it will also provide the ability for people to stay over. We will have eco-lodges, we have a main restaurant, so it becomes a location which is very holistic. We have the animal rescue side, we have the tourism side, and one very important aspect is the education and awareness. At present, we have a number of animals. With the local or the native species that we receive, where possible, we do extensive rehabilitation, and after assessment, a full assessment through zoologists, through animal behaviorists, through veterinary experts, they are seen to be fit for release or not. Those fit for release, we release in different nature reserves around the country. We've had a great deal of success with our local striped hyenas, where we have already managed to release 10. Unfortunately, a number of the other local species, such as the wolves that we receive from confiscation, they're too tame to release. Even with extensive rehabilitation, it becomes very difficult, and we would never behave in a way that compromises the safety of the local community or the safety of the animals. Therefore, we're very, very careful with that. At present, we have a number of different species. We have approximately 20 lions, we have 2 tigers, we have a Syrian brown bear, we have 4 striped hyenas, many of the local wolves, we have snakes, we have crocodiles, we have lots of vervet monkeys, and they come from a combination of illegal trade or private ownership, illegal private ownership. Unfortunately, we cannot assess from day to day what the numbers will grow to, because when it comes to the illegal trade, within 2 days we had 8 new animals, one day being 4 lions, and the day after that 4 cheetahs.
A message to the upcoming generation would be to remain confident and to remain optimistic, and to know that every one of us can make a huge difference to a huge number of people, and to everything we do has a knock-on effect. Everything we give out comes back in some way, and so anyone who feels that they can't, or that they are of little use or whatever, they are incredibly wrong. And we've seen this with some of the young people who've worked with us. You know, sometimes just a word can give someone the understanding or the confidence to make a huge difference in the lives of many. So my message would be, understand that you can be, as that lovely saying is, the change you wish to see in the world on some level, and whatever good you give out will have a ripple effect. So be confident, and whatever you think you can do, even if you think it's a tiny, tiny thing and not important, it's not unimportant. Everything is extremely important. Go for it, have faith, and be positive, and do whatever you can to make this a better world.